Da-na-na, da-na-na. That's right. I am ambushing James with the start of the recording today.
Fuck. Oh.
Welcome back, everybody, for round 3 of the King of the Springs tournament, part of our annual March Mediocrity bracket series. We are having a great time. We are halfway through the competition, a little more than halfway if you count our bonus round that we did over on the Patreon.
Yes. That one just came out at time of recording, didn't it?
It sure did. We haven't even put up the Instagram for it yet. That's how recent it was.
I know we are. Well, listen, like I've said, we are working on some sort of new grounds for our Instagramming. Nick is pulling double duty as our video and sound and photo editor because my computer is basically a brick, and I will be taking it to the Geek Squad today to see if that fixes anything or if I'm going to have to spend the next few weeks saving up money to buy another computer. So fingers crossed we can get back on that old Photoshop grind.
As soon as we finish up recording, James will be geeking. Yeah, it's going to be great, y'all.
I'm geeking on him. Yes, I am.
Yes, sirree. So, James.
Yes.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about the tournament so far? Are you happy with where we've been? Are you dissatisfied with any of the results? We've had some strong feelings in the comments.
Yes, we have. A few people have weighed in with how incorrect we have been about some things, or how we blatantly forgot which one won the first round. Thank you for that, Ace. No, I have had. It's so weird, Nick, that you're on an account named after me. So I'm getting messages from myself. Which is kind of
tell them that. Don't tell them that we're doing less than above the board things.
Why are you making it like an AC art penis in the comments, Nick? That's unnecessary.
No.
Click, click, click.
They have video evidence. They see me not typing.
I have mixed feelings about some of this tournament because it is truly, I feel like every year there is going to be a level of subjectivity, right? But this year is really tough because comparing stores and comparing, the rabbits are poking at the ring light, and comparing restaurants, this has been a tough one because I feel like we're carrying a lot more general categories, right? Like with the container quarrel, what did we call that? The
receptacle rumble?
Receptacle rumble, thank you. Container quarrel is like the Japanese translation. When we did the container quarrel, it was a bit simpler because we always had kind of the same rough standards to follow. But like offerings when compared to a restaurant or 2 stores that sell clothing, it is a lot harder. We've been getting into a lot more minutia, but I think we've learned a lot.
I agree. I still, it feels illegal that Chicken Guy didn't win.
Yeah.
No spoilers for over on the Patreon, our sweet skirmish.
That one was interesting.
The pluralism of sweet notwithstanding, there was definitely a little bit of discussion there, more than I anticipated, honestly.
Yes.
But yeah, it was an interesting little battle over there. Remember, for just $2 a month, you can become an average C-ticket enjoyer and get access to our Discord. It's hopping over there.
It will be.
And for $5 a month, you can become a subscriber to C-Ticket Plus, where you will get 2 bonus episodes every month, including our little delectable dessert discussion that we had this past week.
A really the only thing that came to me was creamed, which is nothing, which is sort of the cake cacophony. An ice cream scream match. It was interesting. There was a lot of sweet desserts, and one of them killed the rest of them. So you should come find out which one reigned supreme.
Reigned supreme.
That was good. But today we are getting back into the culinary quarrel, Nick. We are comparing some restaurants again. So if for some reason you're hopping in at this one, our first round was restaurants, then we went to stores, now we're back to restaurants. There'll be one more stores, and then there'll be the final tip-off, the final tip to tip, you know.
Yes. So our first round of restaurants was the more not quite sit down necessarily, but food-oriented establishments.
Food-oriented? Oh, what do you mean food-oriented?
Perhaps, if you let me finish my sentence.
Go.
Today, we are discussing the more drink-oriented establishments. The places that are more geared toward showing up with your friends, down in a couple of pints, and enjoying the atmosphere.
I thought the first round was we were aiming for family themed.
Well, yeah, like family, food, adult, beverage.
Fun, family, food.
When you're here, you're queer. Get used to it.
Olive Garden. Yes. Okay. So okay, I get what you're saying now. We're going for a place where you might be grabbing a stiff drink instead of a thing made of chicken fried in more chicken. I understand now.
Chicken fried. You're telling me a chicken fried this chicken?
Are you telling me a chicken guyed this chicken?
You're telling me a guy fried this chicken?
I am actually genuinely curious. I don't think we dove into the drinks menu at T-Rex, and maybe we should go back and look at that later, because I would love to see the names of the almost certainly far too sugary drinks.
The My Tyrannosaurus?
The Gin Fizeratops, the Pterodactyl Tanker, the Dark and Brontosauri.
The Woolly Mammoth Mai Tai? They're all Mai Tais. All my drinks are Mai Tais.
Isn't there the Woolly Tauntaun at
the Fuzzy Tauntaun?
Oh god, that drink is so good with the foam, with the fizz. Oh, when I watched the Star Wars Holiday Special this year, I did want to look up how to make one of those cocktails, but they all have some sort of fucking weird.
It's this like buzz button special like foam liquor thing that you need to get. That's hard to find. Yeah. Also, we did receive a request from a listener that if we found the Baja Blast hard liquor in New Jersey, to let them know. I have not found it yet. I have stopped at a couple liquor stores.
So I responded online. The only place we saw it in person was the Taco Bell Cantina in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
that wasn't like the real thing. It was like you can get drinks with Baja Blast base.
Got it. Okay, the one I saw you could order online. I don't know where it's coming from, but no, I've yet to see it in a liquor store in New Jersey. I actually recently, for Katie's birthday coming up, happy birthday, Katie. Well, it actually would have passed both the birthday and the party. I bought my first White Claw forever, Nick. Actually, I've never bought White Claws before because I am interested. They just released Green Apple, which I imagine is probably delicious.
Interesting.
Yeah, but no
I'm
sign
of the minority
Baja.
opinion with a lot of I'm of the minority opinion with White Claw in that I don't like black cherry.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's disgusting, and a lot of people really love black cherry.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be the right judge of a White Claw flavor.
Well, there are lots of White Claw flavors. There's more than black cherry.
Well, yeah, and the black cherry one's gross, and a lot of people think black cherry is the best. So
I like black cherry.
It's like how you say, I should always marry someone who will eat the pickle off my plate. Everyone should be with every couple should have one person who doesn't like pickles and one person who only likes pickles.
I believe Katie's not like a hard, fast no on pickles. She will have them occasionally, but they almost always go to me, and she hates olives. So if there's any olives involved, it's all me. I'm honoring my Hispanic roots. Actually, recently I bought a pack of feta cheese stuffed olives, and every day I've been eating like 2 or 3. It's been fantastic, man.
Gross.
Maybe I'll make like a really dirty martini tonight, Nick. Start sipping it while we record.
The dirtiest martini in town.
I want my martini to have at least 2 olives, and I want there to be vodka in my olive juice. I don't want it to be
record of at least 6 harassment complaints.
Yeah, I got to be able to drink it while making lascivious comments across the casino floor. Our good friends, Andrew and Alicia and I are the only ones that like filthy, dirty, nasty, fucking slutty martinis, and everyone else is just like, I'll have a beer. And we're like, nah, pour all the olive juice in, and then take an eyedropper and put one little drop of vodka in there for me, my friend.
Is that what makes it dirty?
The dirty ones are the ones that have olive juice and very little dry vermouth.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will tell you, when they're not done right, or if you're not in the mood for them, it does taste like you're drinking like a horrible cologne. But when we were down in Cape May once, I knocked back like 2, and I was like, I am piss drunk in this lobster restaurant. All right, Nick. Do we want to get into it?
Yeah. So today we're talking adult-oriented establishments. We have 2 big-time matchups. Ironically, here, if you were going to Disney Springs and said, "Hey, where should I go?" These are the 4 places I would recommend. So it's like, this is going to be a tough one for me, like a big kill your darlings day.
I would absolutely recommend these 4, and then I would also recommend Chicken Guy. Yeah. Like, those are the 4 I would be sending out.
So our first round matchup is going to be Raglan Road versus Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar.
Bro,
And then it's going to be the Boathouse versus the Edison.
you always pick tough ones. The first matchup is always rough. But I will say this, I know we're going more drink oriented. I have had so many good meals at Raglan Road, particularly the scallops.
You know
Absolutely
what?
delicious.
Let's have this debate here, James. I had initially had these seated based on like where I thought like an average person would rank them.
Mhm.
But I think it would make sense almost to break up like Edison is more of a drink place and the Hangar Bar is more of a drink place. Should we
Yeah.
do Edison versus Hangar Bar and Raglan Road versus Boathouse?
Yeah, I think that would make sense.
Okay. We're calling
Yeah.
an audible, folks.
Cut.
Round 1 will be Raglan Road versus the Boathouse. Round 2 will be the Edison versus Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. So who do we start with then? The Edison?
No, we start with Raglan Road.
Okay, great. So, Raglan Road, Nick, have you been there?
I have.
It is
I have
probably
in the past. I had sat outside previously, and then this past trip for my birthday dinner, actually, we did Raglan Road and we sat inside and had an amazing experience.
Oh, it sounds wonderful.
Yeah, we'll
That
talk a
is-
little bit about it. This will also be a good opportunity for me to share some great clips.
Oh, you have clips?
Not for this episode, but I can share them with you and the listeners later.
Oh, okay, all right.
We got to keep this one on time. We take a lot of time on these debates here.
Nick, did I give you your birthday present?
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, okay. I looked around my house and I was like, did I forget to give you your birthday present? I love Raglan Road. It is a place I've eaten several times with my parents, and I think at least once with Katie. Every time I've been there's been some live Irish music, some delicious scallops, some great drinks. What do you think about the place?
I had one of the best dining drink experiences I have ever had in my entire life on this evening for my birthday at Raglan Road. It was such an incredible stroke of luck because we went in and we just must have had the reservation at the right time. We were toward the end of the night, one of the last seatings. So the Irish dancers had already finished. Like they were finishing up their set when we were getting seated. So I didn't get to see them, but we got seated right up against the stage where the Irish duo was performing. So they had a fiddle player and, guitar player, and they were performing, taking requests, and we were seated right there. So they were interacting. It was just, and first off, right when I walked in, they started playing ABBA. So like, you knew I was in for a great night. And they were taking requests. They were playing great songs. They did Ed Sheeran at one point.
Of course.
We put in a request for Fairy Tale of New York, and they said it's never too late for Fairy Tale of New York.
Oh, good.
And I was like, because that's how I pictured. I was like, is it too late to like do like a Christmas song? Like, it's never too late for the Pogues, because the guy from the Pogues had just died also. So it was like a great little moment. And then
now, which version did they play?
This is where I'm getting. I had at this point I was finishing my fourth Guinness, and for last call, our server came up and was like, do you want one more? And I was like, and she was like, it's your birthday. And I went, yeah, bring me one more. So I was about 4.5 Guinnesses deep at this point.
4 Guinnesses are hard to put down. It is a heavy drink.
Well, you saw me at your Valentine's Day party.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I did.
I kept saying very loudly to the people at my table, I hope they do the one with the slur. I hope they don't do the radio edit.
Oh, Nick, no.
And I kept saying it loudly enough, and I guess they started doing it, and they get to that verse, and then he starts to sing, and he looks over at me and smiles, and they do the radio edit. But like, I think they got a kick out of the fact that I kept loudly saying, oh, I hope they say the F slur.
Loud man at bar demands slur in Irish drinking song. Yeah, bro, it just doesn't feel the same if they don't say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was joking, obviously. I don't want anyone to say that slur, but I did find it to be a good bit that I was doing after 4.5 Guinnesses and the most delicious burger I have ever eaten in my life.
So it seems like Raglan Road's probably going to win this round just based off of our personal experiences.
Well, they got some stiff competition, I will tell you.
So speaking of things that are stiff, me reading this press release. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This official copy. Raglan Road, TM. Irish pub and restaurant.
Actually, no, James, why don't you let me take this one?
Okay.
I took some Irish classes in college.
Nick, what is the language they speak in Ireland?
Gaelic.
All right, I really thought you weren't going to know. Okay, go ahead.
I can do it. Here, you ready?
Yeah, no, it's going to be good.
Discover the life and soul of the Emerald Isle with award-winning cuisine, live Irish music, and dance at this beautiful pub.
Would you?
Taste of Ireland!
Yeah, I
Step
figured.
into this spirited pub for a culinary journey to Ireland. Satisfy your appetite with traditional and contemporary Irish dishes made with the finest local ingredients. Feast on hearty favourites like bangers and mash, fish and chips, shepherd's pie, buxty potato pancakes, and braised beef short ribs.
Oh,
Or savour lighter fare like the salmon salad.
The pipes are calling.
Why do you finish it up?
With which part? You want me to? I'm gonna. Guests age 21 and older can toast to the occasion with refreshing libations, choosing from an enticing array of beverages including Irish beers, American beers, wine, cocktails, Irish whiskey, and more. Beer flights and whiskey flights are also available to help you discover that perfect sip. While you dine and unwind, you'll be immersed in the energy and style of the Emerald Isle. This part is actually worth noting. The entire interior of Raglan Road was shipped from Ireland. That's kind of crazy.
But it feels like a Ship of Theseus situation.
What do you mean? Yeah, of course they didn't ship the entire building, Nick. I don't think that's feasible. I think they shipped the different parts of it. Oh man,
Yeah,
wait.
but
I've never been to the rollicking Raglan brunch. Treat your senses to a weekend dining experience full of flavor and fun. Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Specialty cocktails, Rhythms of Raglan dance show. Oh, this sounds awesome, Nick.
We should do this. But no.
I'd be happy to.
This
Japan
is
and
such an
Ireland.
incredible place to go. The entertainment is the key thing here that I think we should highlight. So at any given moment on like a relatively busy night, they have a guitarist or performer outside, and then alternating sets inside of Irish dancers and like a performing duo of like music.
Yes.
It's always great entertainment at Raglan Road. Great menu, great service, great atmosphere. It was such a great experience.
Yeah, I have never been here and had a bad time. And also, I mean, let's talk about it right now. The other two things we kind of mentioned. The interior is great. It is meant to be a large restaurant. So, I wouldn't say it feels intimate, but they do attempt to make it look like some sort of fancy pub. The walls are lined with, like, sort of traditional tchotchkes and Irish pieces. The ceiling is kind of interesting because it's big and kind of like a dome, conical dome, with a lot of multicolored windows. It is really beautiful. A lot of warm brown tones, leather. It doesn't quite to me feel like an intimate pub, right? But it does capture that kind of the warm tones and the warm vibes you would expect.
If you took an Irish pub and ratcheted it up to 11,
yes,
this is what you would get.
If you made some sort of pub cafeteria, but it is very nice. And the outside is also pretty. It has like sort of a facade of a pub. It is deceptively large on the inside. I don't know about you, but whenever I come in to that main entrance, I always think it's going to be a lot smaller before I actually get to the dining room.
Yeah, it's a really good like trick of the eye.
Yeah, it is really beautiful. Like the exterior and the interior of this place slap. The food slaps. The drinks slap. The entertainment offerings slap. This is a strong contender.
They make it look like a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
But inside is like Willy Wonka's Irish beer factory.
It's like the opposite.
It's incredible.
It's like the opposite of Trader Joe's. Trader Sam's. Where Trader Sam's does look like a hole in the wall, and then you get in there and it is kind of a hole in the wall.
I would also say it's the opposite of Trader Joe's. I would
Trader Joe's. Yeah, I would too. They are very well lit. Sort of kind of overly bright. Raglan Road's not like that. No Hawaiian shirts really either, you know?
Yeah, no. And you can't get like weird kombucha flavors at Raglan Road.
I do love Trader Joe's. I just want to put that out there. Love that place.
I've had some good treats. We have a friend who works at Trader Joe's and he always brings stuff to events. And I'm like, yeah, I like things from Trader Joe's. I'll never shop there. It's too expensive, too healthy. Not for me.
You're like Goblin. You know what you're like? You're like Danny DeVito and Sonny. Where you're like, I gotta live in the garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta, this is my thing now. I'm on the fringe.
So,
your garage
Raglan Road, it's up against, like I said, some stiff competition in the Boathouse.
Never
Which you
been.
will note, the boathouse, the word "the" is normal, but boathouse is stylized in all caps.
I was
So
kind
it
of
should be
confused
the
about that.
boathouse.
What's the copyright logo right next to it is kind of interesting.
Yeah, like the registered trademark. It's like the R in the circle, not a TM.
Yeah. What's the difference there between the two?
Couldn't tell you. I'm not a
Fair
copyright
enough.
lawyer.
My cousin is. We should ask him.
Yeah, you should.
The,
Call
the
him right now.
boathouse. I could if you want to. He might not pick up.
So the boathouse.
You can
Should be.
text him.
I'll read this one. Here we go.
Go
The
ahead.
boathouse. Great food, waterfront dining, and dream boats. TM. Oh,
think this
so the
was
slogan
Irish.
is trademarked.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I'm texting my cousin. You keep going.
So, savor sunset views at an upscale restaurant famous for its mouth-watering menu and maritime bliss. So this is like a steakhouse for the most part. Steakhouse, seafood, and American fare. Get some dockside delights. Indulge in delish dishes from land and sea. Head to the Boathouse for waterfront dining at its best. From extra fresh fish and an exceptional raw bar to steak, chops, pasta, and other options. Craving more casual fare? The eatery also offers sandwiches, burgers, lobster rolls, and decadent desserts like their legendary Baked Alaska.
Oh,
There's 3 outdoor bars, craft cocktails, views of the water, and then a
I've
stroll
never
along the
had.
boardwalk that connects the various areas of the restaurant, including its private and nautically themed dining rooms.
I've never had a baked Alaska. What the fuck is it? This is not a
So
thing I'm
they
that
take a
interested
bunch
in.
of crude oil. They drill
into a salmon. Okay, baked Alaska, also known as a bombe Alaska, or omelette siberienne, which is pretty funny actually, or omelette surprise. A dessert consisting of ice cream and cake topped with brown meringue. The dish of the ice cream is placed in a pie dish. Blah 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 blah. It might be
They
lit
light it
on
on fire,
fire.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I would try one of these, but like,
Yeah. I would never like order again. I'm not going to order something I don't know I like.
well,
So
nope. That is an insane person thing to me. But
it's insane to not do things you don't know if you'll like.
I literally that fundamentally does not make sense because you had to be introduced to the things you liked at least once.
I did, and now it's just not worth the risk. Now I have a nice repertoire of.
But
I got
like,
a solid
no,
backlog of things I like.
So what would you have done if you'd never tried a cheeseburger?
I'd probably eat chicken.
If you could hear people's brains, mine would be TV static every time you say something like this. The Baked Alaska was found in Delmonico's, Nick, which I only really know from that one monologue from the producers. Lunch at Delmonico's. That's the only part I've ever heard of Delmonico's. All right. So this place, what is the theme here of the food? Sorry, I was texting my cousin.
Boats. No, it's so it's like
It's
steak,
boat
seafood,
food.
American.
Looks nice.
It's it's like famous for its steak. Steakhouse is like its kind of main claim to fame, I would say. Steak and seafood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a lovely place to be.
You can also, and this is very important to note, sit in a vintage car that then turns into a boat.
Yeah, you can. This is where the Amphicar launches,
Uh-huh.
which is like it drives on land, but then is also a boat. The prices are a little expensive for a 20-minute tour, but I really want to do it one day.
Can I be honest with you? I don't actually think it's that bad because it's $125, but you can fit 4 people in it. So like, it's not terrible. I mean, I will say for 20 minutes, it's a little steep, but also, walk-up reservations to the Boathouse for a limited time receive a $25 reward towards the Amphicar tour with a purchase of $50 or more at the Boathouse or the Boat-Teak. Boat-Teak is a funny name. But like we go in there, we get some drinks. Boathouse, get $25 off, get a little buzz, drive around the boat.
You know what? I'm in.
Also,
Damn it! I'm really wishing we had done our plan of just like going down to Disney Springs and just speed running it for a day.
neither of us has money, so hold on, Nick. I do have an answer for you. The R in the circle means it is federally registered. They went to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office and got a registration. The TM is used to indicate they are using it as a trademark, a brand, but have not gotten a registration for it. They want you to know that it's a brand name, not just a generic term. Thank you, Danny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
Told you he was a
we're the
copyright lawyer.
C-Ticket podcast. We are the C-Ticket podcast TM.
TM. Yes.
So they federally registered the word boathouse in all caps.
Well, that's why it's in all caps, probably, right? So you can't. So you can only scream it.
Or we do it like Peter Griffin when he talks about Roadhouse and goes
Roadhouse. Boathouse.
Boathouse.
The Amphicar tour does seem fun. I would like to do it at some point. I'd love to be the person that drives the boat car. I bet you that's a lot of fun. They
They
also have
also
some.
those are not exclusive to Disney, I have to say. Like, I've seen them in Baltimore and, like, the Inner
Oh,
Harbor.
the
The duck,
Duckmobile or whatever.
yeah.
But these are the only ones I've seen that seem to be so intimate. Like it's a smaller car.
Yeah, like, you can fuck in the back of the
Uh,
Amphicar.
you could fuck in the back of either of them, actually, if I'm being honest with you. Live entertainment. Catch the Harbor Master flag ceremony throughout the day and musical performances every night from 8 p.m. till midnight. This place is cute. Like I said, I don't know as much about it. There is a boardwalk that connects various areas of the restaurants, including its private and nautically themed dining rooms.
Big
The,
advantage here, you can eat in a boat.
that is huge. Wait, but are the boat when you say eat in a boat, you don't mean the boat that you can take out onto the river. Like, what do you mean
No, no,
eat in
no,
a
no, no.
boat?
There's seats that are shaped like boats.
Okay,
Boat
that
booths.
that is a big advantage. I went out to a great fun party Mexican restaurant, Fortaleza, whatever, and I was sad I didn't get to sit in the pink Cadillac attached to the wall. So I completely get, I completely get it.
Yeah, this is a nicely designed place. It's nautical is a little more eclectic by nature than just standard Irish pub, I would say. Because, like,
It
you
is,
have, ship's helms and
if I may,
parts of boats hanging from the ceiling.
it's like a Margaritaville that was designed A to be more classy and B more for like the north at like Maine.
I would say if Jimmy Buffett was born in, like, Nantucket, this
Yes,
is
this
what
is what it would be.
Margaritaville would be.
I do think the exterior is really pretty. The colors, they have a lighthouse. I will say the car thing, like, it doesn't like it's cool and it works, but it's not a boat. Like, I don't really necessarily understand why they're cars inside the theme.
What do you mean?
Like, it's not the boathouse. Like, why are they cars and not just boats? Like, why is their thing classic cars if they're called the boathouse?
Their thing is not classic cars.
But they have the boat cars that you can go in.
Yeah, that's not their thing. It's just like
No, I know.
they're
It's just,
there.
it's an interesting, like, if you were to look at this place, you would never think, oh, I'm gonna get in a classic car and go into the water with it.
Now my brain is static.
What do you mean?
Do you know what the Amphicar looks like?
I'm looking at it right now. They are classic cars.
No, they're not. Oh, I'm looking at a different boat.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? The whole
I'm looking
point
at
is
a
that
boat.
the whole
I'm looking at a
What
boat.
the fuck are you talking? The whole point is that they're convertible classic cars.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
It's fun. It's just like, I don't know why. At one point they were like, I also like cars. You know what I mean? It's the kid. We said this before. It's the kid on the playground who gets Superman powers because it was not enough to be the boat guy. I do like the exterior. The interior, on the other hand, I think Raglan Road has it beat.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The
I'm just
interior
looking
kind
up
of
who founded the boathouse.
the interior kind
Wrestling.
of loses some of the colors and the bright Key West style exteriors of the inside, and it just looks like more of a generic. No, listen, you can still sit in a boat, and that's really cool, but not everybody's going to get to sit in a boat. So I
All right,
like
so
I like
Steven, I'm
this.
trying to figure out who the kid who wanted to play Superman is, and it's Steven Schussler, an American developer of theme restaurants. James, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Best known as the creator of the Rainforest Cafe.
Why is this place so classy then?
He has created, built, and owns T-Rex, Yak and Yeti, Hot Dog Hall of Fame, which is at City Walk, which is great. Maybe next year we do like the
I
City Walk Smackdown.
fucking love
Um,
Yak and Yeti.
Yeah, this guy is like theme restaurant king.
I think we should get into that industry.
Dude, I have long thought about how, like, we start small, ice cream place,
Mhm.
themed ice cream place. We make enough money from that, we expand to like themed like light fare. Because like I don't know how to run a restaurant. I don't have any experience in the service industry, but I
Mhm.
have friends who do have experience. Like this is not a joke to me. I
No.
genuinely think we could open like a themed business.
I would love that, Nick. The problem is we have no experience in the cooking side of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Like
we
I
can
could
hire people for
design
that.
and run and get
No,
the entertainment side of things.
we do theming and entertainment. They do the other half. We make a partnership. Do we know any chefs?
Yeah.
I know like two.
Yeah, I know a couple.
Actually, fun fact, my cousin's, not this cousin, my other cousin's long-term girlfriend, she is going to almost done with her culinary institute training. So
All right, so
call her
before
up.
any real restaurant snatches her up, we bring
We're
her on
making
board.
we're making Duck Bills, a restaurant all about ducks.
James, you know what the answer here really is?
What?
Cowboys. It's a
Yeah.
cowboy
Oh,
theme.
yeah. It's a cowboy themed restaurant. Yeah, but we have to compete with like Texas Roadhouse.
Can I tell you the dream I've always had? The vision in my
Vampire
head.
Cowboy.
Sure, that. But also, it's called it's Ice Cream General, and it's a hospital themed ice cream place where they make like the concoctions in front of you, but they do it like they're performing surgery. And anytime someone orders like one of like the really crazy ones, it like goes in, like the red lights start flashing and they say they're coding, and they have to, like, it becomes like a crazy thing and everyone rushes in and they have to start putting together this whole ice cream situation. It's pretty great.
Feel like it's gonna. The concept, love it. Love your energy too. Feel like it's gonna put off a lot of people.
Why? If you start going, we need 2 scoops of Jimmy's in here, stop!
You yelled so loud that it fucked up our internet connection, and then you froze. This is so good.
You're lying. I yelled so good that you just had to freeze and think about what I just said.
It literally, and it's great because it froze with you like this. Also, I want to point out to you, I responded to my cousin, said thank you, that was really interesting, and he sent me back anytime with this picture of a duck. So thank you, Danny. Thank you for using your real knowledge and real job to contribute to your cousin's dumb podcast. I love you very much. So I would love to do a theme restaurant with you, Nick. Let's look into it in the future. With all of our podcast money, when the C-Ticket takes off, we start a restaurant.
If you want to get in as an investor in Ice Cream General, make sure you
subscribe. We're not set on Ice Cream General. I just want to say that out right now, guys.
All right, we'll do Scoops and Son law firm.
What if we do Doc Chocolates already. God damn it. What if we do a restaurant?
Dr. Vanilla's Ice Cream Gorillas. And it's gorillas.
Hold on.
It's medical school gorillas.
God damn it. Vanilla Gorilla was taken. That's that place you and I went to in the city with the great mascot. Vanilla Gorilla's great. How about Gorilla Pilla? And it's a pharmacy that's monkey themed.
So the Boathouse menu has a lot of steaks.
Hold on. I have to tell you something. In my town where I grew up, there was a place that used to be a pharmacy, but then the back of it is still a pharmacy. The front of it is now a cafe, and it's called Cafe RX. So you can go and get coffee and sit down to eat, but then you can also go back and pick up your prescription.
Mom and pop pharmacies are interesting to me. Like, I've never really been in one.
I'm considering changing to one of the ones in my town because I hate my Walgreens so much and how bad they are at getting my prescriptions. And like, I used one in Idaho, and I was the same where you were. I was like, oh, it's not an official Walgreens. Will it be weird? No, they get all my shit on time. It was perfectly fine.
And they're people who care about what they do, not just...
There's also a place in my town, Nick, that is a combination cigar store and indoor golf simulator, and I desperately want to go. It feels like a place...
sounds right up your alley.
It sounds like a place where the Sopranos would have meetings, like so they wouldn't get, Tony would meet with his capos so they wouldn't get in trouble at the cigar golf store. Fun fact, I'm dog shit at golf. I play about 3 times a year. All right. I smoke more cigars than I play golf.
That's why you're gonna die one day.
No, the golf sets it off. The light. I'm gonna record one episode of this podcast outside one day with a big cigar. That's how we're gonna. I'll wear my suit.
It makes me uncomfortable to watch people smoking, James.
It makes you uncomfortable to watch people smoke?
The act of smoking I find revolting, actually.
You sure it's not like a oral thing, like a Freud thing?
Absolutely is.
All right, noted. So Nick, so it's not going to be a glizzy or an ice cream pop store either.
No glizzies allowed.
What about Glizrilla? It's like a monkey that serves an ape that serves hot dogs.
Wait, no, Glizilla.
Ooh, it's a kaiju themed hot dog place. That would probably kill. Like that would
be incredible. Kaiju burger.
Okay, maybe we could do like a monster one. That would be good. I mean, I'm thinking about how well Super Saiyan is doing in Orlando. They were killing it every time I was there. And they were literally just like ramen or pho-based Dragon Ball Z dishes, and they were killing, because that demographic, ooh baby, am I part of it. Also,
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Akira
Toriyama.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a bummer. I mean, like, that guy's stuff defined so much of my childhood. Also, I'd never seen that incredible picture he drew of himself that was like me having a good day. And it was him, for some reason, he's wearing a gas mask, but he has a cigarette in one hand. He's reading, it says Dirty Magazine, and he's eating seaweed crackers. And it just says, my perfect day. And I don't know why that's so funny to me. Nick, so Raglan Road wins.
Why?
I just wanted to see what would happen if I said that. What do you think?
I don't think it's out of the question, but I also think we have to really look at the menus now, I think, and compare.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Decided. I think definitely outside goes to Boathouse, I would say.
Yes.
Just being on the water.
And it's
I think
beautiful.
It fits in. Yeah, it's beautiful exterior. And interior, Raglan Road.
Absolutely. Especially because the music and the constant entertainment, like, just makes it feel.
I will say, Boathouse is the first place I ever saw the dueling pianos, which is why I ended up going there.
Oh, that's so cool.
Actually, is because when Jelly Rolls was closed during COVID, they started doing the dueling piano performers at Boathouse, and now they split time and do them at both places.
I know, like, we say this all the time. I feel like I don't have to keep clarifying it, but I know every sort of cultural or national ethnic experience at Disney is still manufactured, but some of them, like, feel more genuine than others, and the Raglan Road one feels great. I also admit Japan and Ireland are, like, two places I desperately want to go. Australia, too, but I think Japan and Ireland are the number one, number two. So I don't know, maybe it's just a thing I really want to see, and I like being in, in that area, even if it's in a fake way. But
just bring your samurai sword to Raglan Road, and you'll get the full experience.
Dude, my friends have been sending me how, and it's purely for dumb white tourists like me, but those, like, towns in Japan that want more tourism are like, you want to come? We'll give you some fucking samurai armor to take pictures in front of our local castle. We just want tourists. Come fucking do it. And I'm like, yep, they got me. I am the demographic for this. I want to hold the sword and take cool pictures. Thank you very much.
I will say, I want to visit Japan so badly to go to Tokyo Disney.
And absolutely nowhere else.
The countryside stuff. Well, that's the thing. Tokyo as a concept fucking terrifies me.
Our friend Katie's going, not the one I'm married to. Our friend Katie's going in like a month. You should talk to her about it.
I imagine you refer to your wife as our friend Katie.
Well, she is both of our friends. It wouldn't be incorrect.
That is true.
She's my kissing friend.
I thought you were about to say, my kitten.
No.
My kitten.
Katie. Come here, Discord kitten. No, but she's going soon. You should talk to her about it. I would love to go. So would our good friend Andrew. Maybe it's a trip we could all do at some point.
I would really love. So initially, when I was thinking about turning 30 next year, I had talked about maybe doing Japan.
Happened.
I just think the cruise is a lot more feasible to get my friends on.
Very expensive to go to Japan. Yeah.
So I think we're doing a 30th birthday cruise. So.
These trips are, dude, I'm bummed. I'm missing a trip to Germany with my close friends from home just because, like, the timing and the money is just too much. And, like, it sucks. Like, you hate missing it. But that's why maybe simpler is a little easier.
You also hate living in a cardboard box on the streets of Cresskill, New Jersey. So
yeah, listen, I can't afford anything else right now, pal. This place, I rent it every week. It's an Airbnb.
Do you just put your decorations back up every so often? They have an actual renter and you gotta hide. It's crazy.
Fun fact and then we'll get back to it, but a little spoiler for maybe something we can talk about in the future. Not guaranteeing it yet because I haven't signed anything, but I will be having to spend some months in Tennessee this summer, which Nick will hopefully come down and visit.
And you're the only 10 I see.
I'm going to take off my shirt for you. So I've been looking at, like, short month lease rental properties outside of Pigeon Forge, hint, hint. And boy, is that a weird fucking market. I've seen trailers. I've seen cabins with nothing inside them. I've seen places charging $2,000 a month for a room. But my favorite has been the one that this person was like, hey, come live in our guest bedroom. By the way, it's me, my husband, and our 2 young children. You'd live above the garage. And I'm just like, do you want me, a strange adult man you've never met before, living in a house with your toddlers? Like, what the fuck is going on in this housing market? I almost took the double wide because it was in a beautiful farm, but didn't have a washer dryer.
What about that cabin? Empty cabin sounds good.
Non-furnished? What the fuck am I going to...
What do you need? Do what you did in Philly.
It's
upside down plastic tub, TV tray. Metal folding chair.
Nick saw it once. I had an outdoor lounge chair, an upside down Rubbermaid container with the TV balanced on it, and then Bloodborne on my PlayStation. And that's truly all I needed. By the way, more rumors confirmed of a Bloodborne remake, and boy, am I going to get a PlayStation if that's true.
Yeah, I look forward to you doing that, my friend, because we got a lot of shit to play.
I can't wait. Also, the restaurant, the Boathouse menu, Nick. What about it?
Okay, so again, whereas the best burger I think I've ever had was at Raglan Road, which was I will tell you what burger it was right now. It was no, we're looking at the dinner menu. Oh, it was so fucking good. And I'm dreaming about this burger right now because I'm so hungry and I need to eat as soon as we're done. It was the OMG burger, dry aged prime short rib and brisket beef burger, Irish bacon, Dubliner Irish cheddar, crispy fried onions with Jameson Irish whiskey barbecue sauce.
Oh, dude, I would take everything except the bacon. Obviously, I would take off, but that sounds fucking delicious.
It was unreal. They also have some great things. They have some of these menu items are very good. Bangers plus mash equals yum.
That's the name of the thing.
Yeah, salmon run, worth the wait beef sandwich. This time it's chowder! Exclamation point. Gnocchi see, gnocchi see, gnocchi do, which is gnocchi with scallops and pork.
The scallops I have had, though, at Raglan Road were some of the best. My dad loves scallops, and I literally messaged him being like, these are so fucking good.
Now you're talking chicken sandwich.
Boy, these names are hit or miss for me, man.
Mima's best chicken. Let there be no rush pork.
Okay.
This shepherd went vegan. The slow lamb, which is a little morbid when you think about the it's like a slow cooked braised thing, but it's
just the one that couldn't get away. Yeah, it's the one that couldn't get away. Was this wraglan by a wolf? Was this menu written by the big bad wolf?
This one is that salad with chicken.
Okay, the Raglan Road is superior. Let's be honest.
Bang Bang's chicken, scallop forest, nom nom wings. Sure, I'm frittered. Fish convention, kiss before shrimp.
Fish convention's pretty funny, actually.
All right, let's look at Boathouse.
Boathouse
oysters on the half shell.
I'll take this one's a lot more straightforward, right? And it's going to be a lot of seafood. Oysters on the half shell, wild caught Sea of Cortez shrimp, yellowfin tuna poke, a bunch of salads, coriander seared yellowfish tuna, roasted cauliflower steak, pipette pasta with vegetable and garlic butter, Maine lobster tail, Oscar for $65. Blue Star Angus Carpaccio. That sounds pretty good, actually.
Angus Carpaccio is going to be my next D&D
new D&D character. Yep. Yeah. Yacht Club, which is kind of cute. Bunch of steaks, sides of share. So this place is a lot more what you'd expect. There's a great seafood restaurant we go to a lot in Piermont for my mom's birthday called Cornetta's.
Angus Carpaccio.
This is exactly that same menu. I'll be honest with you. This is exactly what I would expect from Cornetta's in Piermont. Lovely restaurant.
As I was saying, the burger I had at Raglan Road, best burger I've ever had. This is the best steak I've ever had by far.
Really?
Yeah.
The last two steaks I've had in my life, I won't lie, I bought exclusively off the name. One was at my anniversary, the hotel we got married in. They had one called the Cowboy Steak, and I was like, yeah, that's great. And then our friend's parents took us out for his birthday, and we went to Mount Fuji, and the man said, you look like you would like the samurai steak. And I said, of course I would. And I didn't even look at what it was. I got it because it said samurai in the name.
We have to get up to Mount Fuji one night because
it's a delight.
When I was applying to Ramapo, my grandfather was like, oh, that's right up by Mount Fuji Steakhouse. And I swore to myself, because he passed away while I was in school, I said, I'm going to get up to Mount Fuji before I graduate. Because Grandpa used to tell me, it was the one thing he would tell me is he was like, he kept forgetting he had told me about it. So every time we talked about Ramapo, he'd be like, oh, that's up by Mount Fuji Steakhouse. And I never got to go. And I would really like to do that.
I would love it. Now, I will warn you, it's expensive. So we should go for
I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck for Mount Fuji.
But it's also modular. It's not going to be cheap, but you don't have to buy an $80 thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can get a 38, even the Boathouse. It's expensive for a steak, but the steak and fries is $38.
Yeah. So we could do something like that. Dude, that's where I gotta tell you, for Katie's birthday party tomorrow, we hit so many problems because so many places, if you want to reserve a room or reserve a large amount, they just charge you more. There's no benefit. The last place we looked at was no, you don't get your own room. No, there's no complimentary drinks, but everybody has to pay $65 for a prefix menu. And we're like, why would we make anyone do that? The other place that didn't have that was like, okay, it's $40 for 2 hours of hors d'oeuvres. We're like, okay, that could be fun. Is there a drink thing? No. Okay, but also you have to spend at least like $1,000-something minimum. Why would I do that's worse than just getting regular dinner? So we called this great Mexican place we love, and they were like, yeah, fuck it. 13 people? That's great. Come.
Yeah. I'm so upset that I won't be able to make it. Give my best
We're gonna miss you.
Give my best wishes to your kitten and our friend, Katie.
My sweet hot wife kitten.
But let's make a call now. Raglan Road or Boathouse? Now
Raglan
we're 45 minutes into the fucking episode.
Raglan Road.
Wow. It breaks my heart, but I think I agree.
So here's what I'll say. Interior is better. Exterior, both are good, but Boathouse does take it. I mean, no offerings, even though the boats are really cool, like you said, they are not tied directly to the dining experience, the car boats. Yeah. And the entertainment in Raglan Road, both menus are good, but I feel like Raglan Road is going to have a slightly broader appeal because if you don't really like seafood, all you have is steak at the Boathouse.
Yeah.
Tell me, Ma, when I come home, the boys won't leave the girls alone by the Shamrocks. I say Raglan Road.
This menu is handsome. It is pretty. It is the belle of Sea Ticket City.
I was going to say of Disney Spring City, but yes, that works.
Oh, that's good.
God, that song is so fucking good.
Well, I realize that's actually a different song. Fairy Tale of New York is amazing, but there's another song it's been a TikTok sound recently. And it
Which
goes,
one?
She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City.
That's Tell Me Ma by the Shamrocks, yeah.
Oh, I was thinking, you're handsome, you're pretty, queen of New York City. Merry Christmas, you're at what?
Yeah. You
Where are you going, James?
My PlayStation died, so my ring light also died. You keep going.
It died?
No, it turned off because I haven't been doing anything with it.
Oh, I see. So, we're going to move on to our second round.
We're back, baby. Oh, no.
We have the Edison versus Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar. Probably my two favorite places to sit and have a drink. James, have you been to either of these places?
The other two?
Yeah.
I have gotten a drink for the first time on my last trip with Katie at Jock Lindsey's. We sat outside. It was delightful. I went specifically because I knew you like it so much. It's Indiana Jones themed, right?
It's the lightly Indiana Jones themed bar, which is if you could string together a group of words to make me horny, that's right up there with like, I'm not going to say with the other ones, but
yeah, there was a few that came to mind and I decided it would be better not to say them.
Hit the mute button on that one. Use the cough button that the announcers can use to dump the last like 5 seconds of audio. So Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar, I guess we'll start there, is it's themed after Jock Lindsey, who is the pilot who appears in exactly one scene of the Indiana Jones movies. At the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark, when Indy runs toward the plane and says, "Start the plane, Jock." And then Indy gets in the plane and takes off, and the snake comes up in his seat. He goes, "Oh, that's just Reggie. That's Jock Lindsey."
That is
a playable character in the Lego Indiana Jones game, because it was at that point where they really limited themselves to 2 characters, and even when Indiana Jones was alone, he needed a partner in his level.
So that's really because you're a much bigger Indy fan than I am. I think I like the idea of Indy's aesthetic more than I like the movies. Not that they're bad. It's just they're not my favorite. That's his entire character. That's really him. I thought he was one of the guys that like Indy hangs out with in one of the movies, and I just didn't know his name.
Nope. He picks Indy up. He's fishing on his like seaplane.
Yep.
And then he starts the engine, flies Indy. The snake gets out. He says, "Stop fucking bitching about my snake. I'm helping you escape a recklessly portrayed native tribe."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we never see him again. And that's all he has mentioned.
I watched Pirates of the Caribbean 2 last night. We want to watch something fun for Katie's birthday.
Dead Man's Chest. Love that movie.
Very good movie, but once again, I forgot about the whole native tribe part. And I was like...
cannibals and he becomes their king.
And he just says nonsense words. And I was like, oh. I will tell you, I forget now, the fucking leap they made from Pirates of the Caribbean 1 to Pirates of the Caribbean 2 in terms of like scale, wackiness, is insane. Like, it almost feels like there should have been a movie in between these two. It's still fun.
It does that thing where it's like in media res and it picks up literally with like what happened to Jack in between, you know? But
yeah,
I read something recently that I think is very true, that the problem with the Pirates movies is not that they're necessarily bad. That like they forget the core thing that makes Curse of the Black Pearl great, which is that Jack Sparrow's a shitty pirate.
Yeah. Yes.
Played by a shitty guy.
And like, I don't know, everything gets dialed up so much that like his accidental escape in one is fun. When he like is flipping everywhere with that pole on his back, I was like, this is getting a bit much. Still, I think I stand by it. The Pirates movies just get worse with each one. First one's great. Second one's like, this is a fun movie. Third one gets a little worse.
Except the most recent one, I think, edges out the other. I think it's a curve.
Edges?
Yeah.
I actually don't, and it might just be because I'm biased, because he's one of my favorite actors, and even if the movie's not great, I think the visual design on Javier Bardem's Evil Pirate is so good. That movie's not great, but he's really good in it. Like, I'd watch that one again. The one where he finds the Fountain of Youth, I was like, I
genuinely fell asleep watching it in the theater, and I don't think I've watched it since.
Yeah, and then the third one, I mean, there are worse movies, but I wouldn't.
Fine.
Really...
It's clear that like they tried to make it like it's the second part of a movie because really, Dead Man's Chest and At World's End are one movie.
Yeah,
that they shot them at the same time. They hadn't yet figured out the formula for how to do the like part 1 and part 2 thing.
Yeah. On the other hand,
really
Davy Jones,
like the tail end of a movie. Davy Jones rules.
Still holds up.
I forget the character's name, but Chow Yun Fat plays him. He's like the Singapore pirate.
Yeah, he's great too.
Tia Dama rules. There's cool ideas in those movies.
Her plot just gets weird when she turns out to be the ocean or whatever.
Calypso, goddess of the ocean or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway,
Paul McCartney's in it, which is cool. In the fourth one or the fifth one, I forget which one he's in.
Didn't know that. Also, Johnny Depp is so Johnny Depp that like it even makes me retroactively like Jack Sparrow less. Still a great character, but I can't remove the Johnny Depp from it now.
Yeah, I mean, fucker was nominated for an Oscar for the first one, so like.
It's you know what sucks? It feels like he took Jack Sparrow into his shitty personality.
Yes.
So now, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so Jack Lindsey's my man. I had a great
Lindsey's Hangar Bar. It is themed like a place where adventurers go and hang out between adventures. It is tangentially connected to C, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers.
Right.
There are references to there, and there's really just like knickknacks all over the walls of like different references to either things from the Indiana Jones movies, both in the menu and on the decorations, and other things from the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. And
Nick and I have admitted that this is an aesthetic that both him and I are suckers for, like in the past with the Jungle Cruise and other stuff like that. Some of it's, a little rooted in not great things, but this one I think is a lot less issue-y than the Jungle Cruise, for sure. I really like the theme here. I think it's a lot of fun. But do they offer food, Nick?
They do. They have small bites.
Okay, I'm going to look at
I've never had them because I'm a little too picky. I think maybe okay, so here's a fun part about why Jock Lindsey's holds a special place in my heart. My first legal drink at midnight when I turned 21 was here with my dad. We happened to be on like a big family trip that was initially for my 21st birthday and was co-opted into a let's all go on a family vacation to remember grandpa because he would want that thing, which was like, I love that my family's here, but hey, this is supposed to be about me, bitches.
Grandpa is dead now. Come on, man.
Grandpa's coming up a lot in this episode. This is the sign I gotta go to Mount Fuji.
R.I.P. Grandpa Nick. What's your grandpa's name?
Bob. Sir Bob.
Nice.
So we me and my dad went here for like stroke of midnight on my 21st or like something like that, like the day. I don't remember. It was like the first legal drink, though. We made a point we're going to the Indiana Jones bar. So I forget what exactly I had. I'm sure I have a picture somewhere, but the staff made it so great. They gave me extra coasters to take home that I actually have sitting over on my desk right now.
That's
really
cute.
Get them in a moment and show them off. And they gave me a pin, a Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar pin.
That's really cute.
For that occasion. It was really, really great. Another great experience I had here was a friend trip, which are, again, really special to me because they're like fewer and far between, where like multiple friends are all able to actually coordinate
just
their
talk
busy
about
schedules.
How I can't make one. Yeah,
I know. And it's tough, like to coordinate schedules and make it happen. Friend of the pod, past guest Jessa and her sister and our friend Marisa all went down, and one of our first things we did is we all went to Jock Lindsey's for drinks, and we had a great time. We sat inside. Sitting outside even is a great view. Again, it's right on the water.
That's where we sat. We sat on the sidebar.
There's great seats inside. You can sit inside a big diving bell.
All right, well, that's fucking great.
Yeah, they also allegedly have a really great burger here that I haven't been able to try because, like, there's only certain times of day, like, some of the menus available. But,
Um,
yeah, light
I
bites, they have
was
the snake bite sliders,
so
which is what I had.
so I was looking at that. These all look great. I do like that one of them is just called Club Obi-Wan chicken wings.
Yeah, because Club
Um,
Obi-Wan is the club in Temple of Doom at the very beginning.
Chicken on the egg sounds so good. Fried chicken, deviled eggs, and hot honey sauce. I'd eat that so quickly. Who is Dr. Astorga's queso
I
fundido?
don't know. Let's see if I can find out about Dr. Astorga.
We have Air Pirates cargo loaded pretzel, Peruvian potato croquettes. All of these
All right.
things sound
In
delicious.
the Indiana Jones wiki, Dr. Astorga was a Mexican archaeologist friend of Indiana Jones and a museum creator. He appears in Indy 3 Cut. What does that mean? And Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar mentioned only.
You know you're a minor character when your biggest kind of one of your things you're doing is being on a menu.
Yeah, well, okay. So Indy 3, I did know this. Indiana Jones and the Monkey King was the original working title when they were developing the third Indiana Jones film, and
Okay.
apparently he was a character that was used in the those initial drafts before it became Last Crusade.
Okay. All right, fair enough. All of these look good. The drinks look delicious. They're the type of cocktails I like, which are like a little complicated. And I could see, Nick, why you might see some of these as a bit much, but I think they're really cool. Plymouth Gin, cherry liqueur, Benedictine Cointreau, fresh lime juice, pineapple juice, and grenadine, Shorty Singapore Sling, Reggie's Revenge, Florida Cane, Orlando Orange Vodka, Midori Melon, White Cranberry.
They have some cool drinks and cool mugs here as well. And these are delicious. I always end up going with the Air Pirates Mule is what I had last time because I love a fucking mule.
Simple, straightforward, and to the point.
And I think I've had Reggie's Revenge as well. But I also want to point out one more menu item to just flex my Indiana Jones knowledge: the Dr. Forrestal's churrasco.
Looks great.
Which also sounds delicious. The flank steak with pumpkin seed chimichurri. Dr. Forrestal at the very beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark, when the dead body pops out on the spikes. Not his friend Satipo, who is his guide, but the first guy that they both see together before they get to the Golden Idol. And Indiana Jones goes, Forrestal. That's the previous expedition that had gotten lost in the cave, and Forrestal's the guy impaled on the spikes. But he gets a churrasco named after him at Jock's to live on.
You know, is churrasco always a skewered steak? Because if it is, that's pretty funny. No, I guess it's just grilled flank steak.
Is it? That would be pretty good. No, that would be good.
I don't know. Because the last churrasco I had was a skewered steak. I had it in the city.
Oh, I've also tried the loaded pretzel. The loaded pretzel we split is really good.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Yeah, this place looks great, Nick. The exterior, let's take a look at it. Jock,
the exterior,
Lindsey.
I do really enjoy the vibes of it. I have a lot of pictures, including on that night. I got to see if I can find the picture. They randomly had a photo pass photographer outside the Hangar Bar. I don't know if they were doing like a training or something. So me and my dad have a photo from like my 21st birthday outside the Hangar Bar. Yeah, it was. I love this place.
I gotta say, the inside is great. Feels very eclectic. Feels a little run down in the way that, like, rough and tumble adventure bar. The outside looks like a small airplane hangar. It's delightful. I've sat on the outside. That bar is like not as themed, but it has a great view. So I think this place has a good exterior and exterior, Nick.
Yeah, interior's got a lot of tchotchkes. It's busy, like not like busy people wise, but like busy design wise. Yeah. But if you really like, just take a walk around, look at some of the details, find some of the cool stuff. There's something fun around every corner there.
I remember
it's like a big hangar, so the ceiling fans are airplane propellers, which I love.
That's the part I always remember watching that Imagineering documentary where the woman was like, I decided that if somebody were to stab a knife into the bar and then pull it this way, like that's why that scratch is here on the bar, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's really, really well themed, well thought out. It feels like the kind of project that people who were hungry to prove themselves got put on and just
100%
could have done it very simply, but went all in on it.
So now let's move on to the competition. The Edison, a place I know nothing about.
Oh, my other favorite place in the world. So the Edison.
Industrial Gothic themed. Ooh.
Yeah, basically the theme is like fucking, I don't want to say steampunk, but like that kind of
is.
era.
Designed to resemble an abandoned 1920s power plant.
Yeah.
Steampunk-inspired decor. Yeah, it is steampunk.
Okay, yeah, this place fucking rules. It's essentially a lounge.
Whoa, that is cool. I've never been here.
Cool drinks. The food options I remember here being a little bit less. Their big thing is like clothesline bacon or something like that.
Okay.
which is like candied bacon. I know you wouldn't eat this. Like candied bacon, like they serve it on a clothesline, so it's clipped onto a thing.
Sounds good though.
Yeah, it is delicious.
Mhm.
And the interior is just like, it feels like fucking like BioShock came to life.
Yeah, I could see that. It feels like a place you'd find in Rapture.
Yeah.
It'd be one of the working class bars, you know what I mean?
It's multiple stories, there's multiple bars, multiple stages. And the stages are, I think, what really sets this place apart, because the Edison features performers who do like postmodern jukebox performances of
Oh,
pop
I love
songs.
that. Yeah.
And it's so great. It's so great.
This place looks really cool.
It's right up there with like the dueling pianos as my favorite entertainment at like a restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, Nick, I really thought Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar was going to sweep this place, but looking at it right now,
And that's because I know you didn't know the Edison, baby.
I'm inclined not to believe it. I will tell you, between the two themes, I like the Adventure Bar theme more, but there's no denying that this place has like scale. It does very much feel like I wish they leaned a little bit more into the Art Deco, which there's some like
Yeah.
art on the walls, and a little bit less into the steampunk part. But like, there's no denying the scale of this place is fantastic. There's like big clocks, giant gears. The wall behind the bar has a bunch of crazy looking switches and stuff.
Yeah. One thing I want to do at some point is every year they do a huge New Year's Eve bash at the Edison.
Just like when everything goes to shit in Rapture.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to live
Yes.
that.
Yeah, I do too. I want to wear my bunny mask and my tuxedo, you know?
Yeah. I also
this
love
place
the
is dope.
exterior here. Now, exterior, let's connect some dots here. This is attached to Maria and Enzo's. So like the exterior kind of blends from Maria and Enzo's airport chic into the Edison
the golden age of flights, baby.
The golden age of electricity at the Edison.
We can electrocute an elephant for you, son. So, all right, my gut, then we'll talk about the menu. On what I've seen visually, and you might disagree with me here, I think I'd say Jock Lindsey's exterior, this place interior. And that's saying something, because I think Jock Lindsey's interior is also really good.
Interesting. I would have gone reverse, but I guess it's 6 1/2 dozen. It's like kind of
but how come? Tell me why.
I think the exterior of Jock Lindsey's is very, very, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a little too, I don't want to say out of place.
Okay.
Like, it feels like, why was there a random airplane hangar here? And like the corrugated metal, I think, like, yes, it like fits the theme, but it doesn't really necessarily make sense for the area around it. Like the corrugated metal isn't a pleasant thing to look at. Whereas the Edison exterior is this really like striking tower with like the thing at the top and the Edison wording, all in lights going down the side. It's simple, but I think that tower, it's it's the size that matters.
Not what you do with it?
Yeah, precisely.
Sorry, man. It's gotta be tough, man. So, I guess I get what you're saying. This isn't a Disney park to me, so I'm not as worried about the continuity of what something looks like in a space. In fact, if anything, I really liked Gideon's in our Patreon episode because it looked kind of different from everything else around it.
Well, yeah, kind of like the haunted house at the end of the street.
Yeah, exactly. Which is exactly what I want. We've talked about this. But, no, I do get what you're saying, and you could make the argument, I think, for the Edison of quality over quantity. There's a lot more going on in the Edison.
For sure. If you don't mind the busyness of it.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, if I got up close to Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar, I'm going to pick out a lot more little details, right? Sure. Trader Sam's is another great example. There's not a lot of Trader Sam's in there, but, like, the stuff in there is so cool. So I think you could argue either way for these. But on the other hand, I didn't notice what you were saying about the light up sign, which I kind of really like. I didn't maybe because I was looking at daytime pictures.
So it's going to come down once again to the offerings, the menu. So let's take a look at it.
This is, believe it or not, I'm looking at the Edison menu right now, and I'm actually not as into it as I am with some of the offerings at Jock Lindsey's.
Really?
Well, Jock, and this is where we may disagree, but I don't think I'm wrong. Jock Lindsey's is like a bit weirder. It's a bit more exotic. Sure. This place is a lot more like burger, sandwich.
Now, I will say I have been here and eaten here, which I think is a lot of part of the experience. The clothesline candied bacon, delicious. The Electra fries, delicious. They're like these shoestring fries with like grated. Was it shoestring? I could be making that up. Like grated parm and chopped green onions. It's so good. I haven't had the
And
Edison burger, but I've heard that's good. But they also have some steaks and stuff. I guess I was lying. This does have a pretty sizable menu.
their drinks are pretty impressive too. They also have high roller cocktails, which are $32 each, 38 for some of them. Jesus, but they are very impressive. A fire in Vermont, a cocktail sure to light a fire in your belly. Serve flaming. Bar side, so it's on fire. Whistle Pig 10-year rye, vermouth, cherry brandy, Boggart's bitters, and flame-kissed caramelized absinthe wash. Like, that shit does sound fun.
Sounds
Also,
fucking
fun
great.
fact, my same cousin, and he's fine, so we can laugh about this. My same wonderful cousin once had to go to the hospital because somebody spilled a flaming drink on him in college.
That's absurd.
Yeah, it's funny now because he's fine, but we were like, oh no, he got two-faced at the bar.
I believe I had the electric mule when I was here. It's a recurring theme. I love.
You
a
just
good
seem
mule.
to get mules.
I fucking love a mule, man.
Well, I would suspect that's because you always know basically what a mule is going to taste like. I love
is
some
true.
of these names. A dame will sting ya. And Nick, I have always said that. I've always warned you. Dames are going to sting you, pal. I've always said that to you from my private eyes office. This one looks delicious. Sipsmith lemon drizzle gin, stirring all ginger liqueur, honey lemon cranberry juice, and a honeycomb.
I
Boggart's.
would like to point out one of their
what?
zero proof offerings.
Oh yeah,
a
it seems
mocktail
cool.
Called the apple propellant, which I
Yep.
mean, I think labeling anything as a propellant feels a little weird to me.
Why? It's got apple cider, honey, lemon juice, and ginger ale, baby. That thing's gonna have you
Sounds great.
bouncing off the walls.
But when I think propellant, I'm thinking like lighter fluid.
Yes. Nick, both of these places look great. This is not what is your gut going with?
This is a really tough one. I'm going to be honest because I have been to both of them. I love both of them. My gut tells me the Edison because it's a higher end experience, but I don't want to discount the very deliberate hole in the wall feel of Jock Lindsey's. So I feel like I could be swayed here.
I think I don't know. This could be a personal one. I think I'm more interested in the drinks and the food at Jock Lindsey's. I am. But we did kind of talk about offerings as more than just food and drinks, right? And this place also offers entertainment. Does
Yeah.
Jock Lindsey's?
No.
I think personally I would prefer to go to Jock Lindsey's. I think I could go either way. But if we're being fair, I can also watch entertainment here, and I think that's kind of big.
I think the entertainment at the Edison and the wider food menu, which I just completely was unaware of having even been there, how much like they have full steak options and burger offerings. I just completely wasn't aware of. I think it's got to go Edison. I think your point about the entertainment does unsway me, and it makes me go, yeah, wait, no, that's the whole point of going to the Edison, is like the very unique entertainment offerings.
I think this would really come down to what you're in the mood for that day. This place is like a bit more big, swinging, busy. That's what you're feeling. Great. If you're just like, I just want to grab a drink and like look at some cool stuff, then probably Jock Lindsey's. But I think in this case, we should give it to the Edison.
All right.
Even though they should electrocute an elephant, like at least
Let's
once.
just read off Jock Lindsey's with a nice obituary. Jock Lindsey, the backstory. How did Indiana Jones barnstorming pilot Jock Lindsey end up in Disney Springs? Excuse me. Fans of Raiders of the Lost Ark can't forget Indy's easygoing pilot Jock Lindsey, owner of a pet snake named Reggie. But how did Jock arrive here? The two globetrotters stumbled on Disney Springs. Indiana Jones stumbled on Disney Springs.
Yeah, he
in
was like, hey,
1938
what the fuck's going on in Florida, pal?
while chasing down a mythology-based tip in Central Florida. No specifics, just a mythology-based
I'm not
tip.
even kidding. It's probably the Fountain of Youth.
Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
Attracted to the town's natural springs and lush terrain, Jock bought some waterfront property and eventually settled down,
Were there ever springs?
piloting seaplane tours across the fast-growing Sunshine State. He eventually built a hangar, air tower, and runway, and invited fellow members of C. This one-off side character in Indiana Jones is a member
Hey,
of
everybody
the Society
get
of
down
Explorers
here.
and Adventurers. His home base soon became a popular stopover and watering hole. Today, thrill-seeking families cross borders and continents to soak up the rugged charm and artifact-strewn hangar bar with its spare airplane parts, salvage equipment, and dusty mementos of glory days gone by.
I'm glad that they put borders so you can be like, yeah, I drove here from New Jersey. I crossed a lot of state borders to be here. Jock Lindsey, sail off into the sunset, a well-deserved competition. But this time, that asshole who invented electricity kind of one.
Yeah.
So, Nick,
now, James, we did go to the birthplace of recorded sound and electricity for our trip to Steve Schussler's very own Rainforest Cafe recently.
we did, and I have actually, this is actually a really cool fun fact. When I worked for the National Park Service, and I visited, there's a lot of Edison parks, but like Edison's headquarters, they have the old, like one of his old wax cylinder phonographs, and you can't play it normally, but he's like, oh, you're an employee, so we stepped behind, and we played it, and it was kind of crazy to hear, like, a sound that was recorded over 100 years ago. Like, that's nuts. It was crazy to hear it being played out loud. Too bad he was such an asshole.
Like, by him. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool, right? But also, he did the bit from The Simpsons. We were in the literal room where when they go, the tour guide goes, now, normally, we don't open up the door to Edison's office, and today will not be any different. So I was like, can you do the bit for me? And I recorded him being like, we're going to go inside. We don't normally do it, so today, we won't change that. We just moved on. It's a cool place. If you're in that area of Jersey, worth checking out.
Yeah. So our next round to figure out who's going to be taking on T-Rex, apparently.
Fucking God fucking damn it. Yeah, God damn it.
Is we have the Edison versus Raglan Road. So let's get scientific here. Exterior.
We don't have to grandstand a lot. Let's go through the categories. I usually go first. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Exterior?
This is tough because I like how Raglan Road is able to make itself feel like a hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But that does lend itself to not so grand of an exterior, as opposed to the Edison, which takes a big swing and has that big, like, that beacon, calling you in to the Edison.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I'm going to look up the Edison Disney Springs at night.
It sways me toward Edison, honestly.
Hold on, I'm Googling it at night. I want to see it at night. Yeah, that beacon is... Damn, dude, now that you pointed out BioShock, I do really like BioShock. And that's kind of... Once again, I just wish it was a hair less like Gears and a hair more Art Deco. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
If you pump this place up a little more high tech, this could be a Rapture restaurant.
Where I think the exterior hits that balance really nicely.
I agree. I agree with you on that. It is a little
I'd have to
plain.
go Edison for the exterior.
Yeah. The problem is, I think we also have to give the interior to the Edison.
I would disagree. I think Raglan Road gets interior.
I don't know, because the thing is, to me, and maybe this won't make sense, the thing that Raglan Road is aping, right? The thing that Raglan Road is creating is a pub atmosphere, and I don't think you're ever going to be able to do that on such a large scale. This place, theoretically, when you look at pictures of it, to me, almost looks more like a train station. It's still beautiful, and the individual booths and stuff are nice, but like the main room still feels like a cafeteria. I think the advantage is that...
I don't know if this is fair or, kind of in the spirit of it, but I am including, when I think exterior, I am including the atmosphere of being in there.
Wouldn't that be interior?
I'm sorry, interior. That's what I meant. Thank you. Interior.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's true. You know what? That's a good point. That is a good point. And I don't know what the interior...
what makes a pub isn't the pub. It's the people.
It's the people. Yeah. Like every good bar. But like, I don't know. I feel like
everybody knows your name.
I've never been to Edison, but like, am I gonna be able to see a guy lighting a cigar with his plasmid hand? Am I gonna be able to see a guy with a clockwork shotgun? Feels like I might.
No, you won't.
Fuck it, then give it to Raglan Road. No, I don't know. I still don't think the Raglan Road interior visually is as nice as the Edison one, but the music and the stuff being in the dead center and the Irish dancers, it is very delightful. I won't argue that.
Do we consider the entertainment part of offerings, right?
Yeah, we do. We have been.
I mean, I think let's talk then offerings. I go Raglan Road both for menu and entertainment, even though I love the entertainment at, I think it's very unique at the Edison. So I think Raglan Road, the entertainment being like just constant, nonstop, raucous energy. Everyone gets up, sing along, rather than just subdued, have a nice dinner while someone serenades you, Once
again, I think this always comes down to your mood at the moment.
Absolutely.
But both of these places are big and busy. So I feel like if I'm going to be inclined for something a little more low-key, I'm going to pick a place like Jock Lindsey's. I'm going to pick a place like maybe not Boathouse, but I'm going to pick something like that as opposed to which bigger place has more serene entertainment. I can only speak to the menus here because I've read one menu and I've tried the other. I love the Raglan Road food. I think I'd like it more than I like the food at Edison. I just didn't know about the entertainment, but you do. So I'm willing to take your word for this one.
I mean, I think I go Raglan for offerings.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Based
so
on
Raglan has
damn good
offerings.
burger.
I mean,
I
Raglan
gave
has
Edison
offerings.
exterior, but I wasn't, super sold on it.
What about interior, though? We haven't.
I mean, interior, we seem split. Interior, I'm going Raglan, like, pretty handily.
But see, like, I'm looking at the stage on the Edison and stuff, and I kind of feel like what you said about it taking a big swing. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because its theme is a little more outlandish, so inherently it's going to have to. But, like, I'm looking at this picture where you walk in down these stairs, and there's, like, a giant steam engine on top of you, and then there's all these lights on the sides. I don't know, that seems pretty cool to me, man.
It is pretty cool. They also occasionally have, like, weird, not weird, but, like, acrobatic entertainment. Like,
No, it's okay, it's weird. Like, it's not weird in a bad way. It's just weird.
It's out of the ordinary.
You cannot listen. Like, if you eat fire, right? If you're a fire eater, that's awesome.
Weird.
It's weird in the grand scheme of like what I'm expecting to see. Doesn't mean it's a
what
bad
I'm expecting
thing.
a person to do. Yeah.
Yeah, like when I'm like, that guy's gonna sing, and then he pulls a snake out of his mouth. Like, that's weird.
Yeah. So I still go again. I am thinking purely based on a biased experience of being in a full, crowded, energetic Raglan Road versus being in a full Edison, which is everyone's kind of seated at their table having quiet conversation while someone performs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that atmosphere element of it is more in line with what I want at Raglan Road. Again, I think mood. And ask me again in 2 hours, I might be more in the mood for something subdued.
Do I want to like?
If you told me I could be at the Edison hearing that performance and eating that food, or I could be at Raglan Road getting buck wild with a pint of Guinness in my hand,
So
with an Irish dancer going and a fiddle player next to me.
What do I want, right? Do I want to get drunk and like rowdy with my friends, or do I want to like have a cocktail and scheme? Maybe say something naughty. Then I'm gonna pick the other place. So once again, I feel like. All right, here's my thing. I think the exterior of the Edison is cooler. I think the offerings at Raglan Road are better. And once again, while it comes down to preference, I kind of agree with you that Raglan Road is going to have a broader appeal as well at Disney, right? For a family, might be too spooky for a little kid down at the bottom of the Edison.
Yeah.
I think if we're going to kind of look at the general purpose, I think Raglan Road.
Wow.
And that makes sense because, bro, we're how many days away from St. Patrick's Day right now?
Not many.
I am dreading the fact that my friends are having a birthday brunch on Saturday in the city, and that is the day that the parade is going to be on. So getting in and out of there is going to be a lot. But, Nick, I think it's only fair that we give it to Raglan Road.
Yep. Now, I will say, Edison wasn't ever from England, and I doubt he ever got there. He was born in Ohio, but the Irish smack his ass regardless.
He was an asshole. It's fine.
Yep. That's 2 wins for the Irish this week. Cillian Murphy, Oscar winner, and Raglan Road, C-Ticket podcast, King of the Springs, March Mediocrity, advancer to the semifinals.
I gotta tell you, Nick, this might be the one of these 3 that has been the hardest. Like, all of these were pretty
By
good.
far.
Even Boathouse,
Far.
which I wasn't dying for. I'm like, this is a good place, you know?
Yeah. These are the places that you would go and be like, Nick, I get it. Nick and I can find common ground here. You know? Like,
100%. These are the places you and I could go and enjoy. I agree. Even my dad likes Raglan Road, and he's not a big Disney person. Yeah, man. Great. Another great round. I'm sorry. If you guys wanted more arguing, I'm sorry. If you guys want, we could start, if enough people subscribe to the Patreon, we will start Conflict Ticket, where once every other month, Nick and I will record an episode about a thing that we sorely disagree on.
Yeah. It'll mostly be food.
We'll be hateful too. Like we won't be we'll use a lot of personal down and dirty insults. We'll go really outside the box. So Nick, another great week, another great Patreon episode, which I'm going to share the Instagram post for now. And did you know that you can find the C-Ticket at cticketpod on Gmail, Instagram, and the TikTok? Did you know that just
James, I love you. You're really bad at the outro.
How am I so... What did I get wrong?
You can find us at cticketpod on Gmail.
Well, you can't you?
Well, we're cticketpod at gmail.com.
Oh my God, nobody's going to put an at before it. You can find us at cticket@gmail.com. Pod.
No!
Fuck. You made it
No!
worse. You made it worse. You made it worse. At cticketpod on TikTok and Instagram.
My tummy is rumbling.
We'll be getting back to our regular. Nick talked about too many exotic foods, and now his anxious tummy is here.
Feed
We
me
will-
tendies, Jimmy.
Trying to get back to our regular Instagram posting. Nick has been killing it on the TikTok. Once again, if you see any of our posts, if you could just hit share, copy that link, that would mean a lot to us. If you actually share it, we'd love it. But even if you just hit the button, check us out on Patreon. $2 a month, you can join our Discord, which I promise is going to get bumping. And if you pay $5 a month, you get 2 extra episodes a month. And if you think about it, we do the other 4 for free. So for $5, you're getting 6 episodes a month.
That's less than $1 per episode.
Yeah, and we'll spend that money to build the cool Glizzy Gorilla Cafe where you can come get a Monster Dong hot dog.
Dr. Kaiju's ice cream operating room.
And Spinach Restaurant.
And Glizzy Emporium.
Thank you very much. Go celebrate the luck of the Irish this weekend. Have a Guinness on us.
We'll see you next week for the finals.
You're so pretty. You're to New York City.
You scumbag, you maggot, you cheap lousy.